And while so many Americans are signing up for their shots, we're learning some members of the armed forces are hesitant to get their vaccines, which could pose a risk to national security. And it comes as the Pentagon deploys more doses of vaccine to the armed forces. NewsNation's Allison Harris is live in Washington tonight. Allison.
Rutabaga, the Pentagon is deploying more vaccine doses to the armed forces and their families, both overseas and here at home. But vaccine fears are stopping some service members from stepping forward to get a shot. A massive mission is underway to vaccinate U.S. service members and their families, with more than 2 million shots administered so far. But military medical leaders are fighting skepticism among ranks about the science behind vaccines.
I initially was not going to get the COVID vaccine because I was a little bit skeptical.
Defense officials worry that service members are not getting vaccinated. As recently as mid-February, a third were refusing shots. That's a potential threat to national security. COVID spread in close quarters on the USS Roosevelt last year, infecting more than 1,200 sailors, killing one, sidelining an aircraft carrier in a critical area. Now, more than a year into the pandemic, military leaders are seeing the beginnings of change in attitude.
We continue to see many individuals who were taking a wait-and-see approach now coming in for the vaccine.
Half a dozen House Democrats, led by Congressman Jimmy Panetta, penned a letter to President Biden last month, urging him to make vaccines mandatory for the military, arguing that not protecting troops from COVID is a critical threat to our national security and public health. Congressman Chris Stewart, a former Air Force pilot, believes it should be left up to the commanders.
If you're deployable and if you've got to go overseas, you've got to be able to know that you're protected while you're overseas. So, I mean, bottom line on this is I really do trust the military leadership to make a good decision on it.
Now, nonprofits and the Pentagon are teaming up to educate troops through videos, town halls, and social media.
To reassure folks it's okay. It's okay to get it because the science is there, the facts is there.
Defense officials say the message is breaking through.
As the vaccines have been around, as people have been getting vaccinated, we are having seen an increase of the take of the vaccine.
President Biden is leaving the decision on vaccines up to military commanders. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki declined to comment today on our question about this, referring us to the Pentagon. In Washington, Allison Harris, NewsNation.